Welcome back to Auto Street. Today, I'm super excited because we're diving deep into one of the boldest muscle car comebacks, the 2026 Pontiac Firebird, or Firebird Trans AM/AM variant, depending on trim. We'll explore it from all angles: exterior styling, interior features, performance, pricing, and see whether it lives up to the hype. Let's get rolling. Let me start by saying, this is not your grandfather's Firebird. The 2026 version blends classic cues with modern tech, and it arrives in a market hungry for raw, unfiltered muscle. From design to drivability, Pontiac, or more precisely, the team behind this resurrection, has thrown down the gauntlet. From the first glance, the exterior is arresting. The front fascia features a bold split grille design that nods to classic Firebirds, but now with aggressive LED lighting elements integrated into each side. The hood is sculpted, with functional vents and a noticeable central bulge or optional shaker element in some trims. Muscular fender flares flow into sharp character lines along the side, emphasizing width and motion even when the car is standing still. The roofline is low, giving it a menacing, forward-leaning stance. At the rear, you see quad exhaust outlets, a diffuser, and full-width taillights with segmented LED bars that evoke past Firebird traditions but with a futuristic twist. Wheels are large, typically in the 20-inch forged family, wrapped in white performance tires, and the stance is aggressively low. Everywhere you look, there's a fusion of retro and modern, and the design feels cohesive, not forced. Step inside, and the 2026 Firebird's interior walks a fine line between homage and innovation. The dashboard layout echoes classic Firebird styling with dual pods for driver and passenger, but here those pods house fully digital displays. The instrument cluster is a configurable digital panel. You can choose vintage-style graphics or a crisp, modern readout. In the center sits a large infotainment screen, 12-inch or similar in many rumors, handling maps, media, performance telemetry, and more. There's also a heads-up display, HUD, projecting key info onto the windshield. Materials feel premium: soft leather bolsters, contrast stitching, Alcantara inserts, and carbon fiber or metal trim accents. The seats are sculpted for both comfort and support. In spirited driving, your body is held in place, but for daily cruising it's still livable. In some trims, you'll see embroidered Firebird motifs on headrests and door panels. The steering wheel is thick, purposeful, with shift paddles and multifunction controls. On convenience and tech features, expect wireless smartphone integration, ambient lighting, climate zones, premium audio, and advanced driver assist features like blind spot monitoring, lane keeping, and adaptive cruise. The designers seem to have made interior comfort and usability as important as raw performance. Under the hood is where things get really sufficiently modern performance to back it up. So what should viewers know before deciding whether this car is for them? First, it's likely to be expensive, high-cost, import duties, especially in places like Pakistan, and maintenance for a high-performance V8 will demand resources. Second, with limited production, getting one may require pre-orders or waiting lists. Third, while tech and driver aids soften the experience, this is still a raw, potent machine. You'll want some experience handling high-performance cars. But for enthusiasts who've longed for the return of Pontiac muscle, this Firebird is a statement. It's not just nostalgia, it's a credible modern performance car with soul. If you ask me, the 2026 Firebird is one of the boldest resurrection projects in recent automotive history. It carries the torch of classic American muscle, roaring, unapologetic, demanding attention, yet it doesn't feel like a relic. It feels like evolution. At Auto Street, we'll be watching closely as deliveries roll out, testing real-world performance, comparing trim levels, and seeing just how this beast behaves on road and track. If you like this in-depth look, hit like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to Auto Street so you don't miss our future drive reviews, comparisons, and deep dives. Drop in the comments, would you go for the 2026 Firebird? Which trim or spec would you pick? Thanks for watching, see you next time. Exciting! Most rumors point to a 6.6-liter V8, turbocharged or supercharged depending on the variant, delivering somewhere between 650 to 750 horsepower, with torque in the 650 to 720 lb-ft range. 0 to 60 times are expected in the low 3-second range, some sources suggest 3.2 seconds, and quarter-mile times slipping under 11 seconds in top spec trims. Transmission options likely include a 6-speed manual for purists and a high-speed 10 or 8-speed automatic for those who prefer modern shift logic. The chassis is reinforced, with multi-link suspension front and rear, magnetic or adaptive dampers, and adjustable driving modes, Tour, Sport, Track. Braking is handled by large Brembo or equivalent multi-piston calipers on all 4 corners. Steering is reported to offer sharp feedback, with modes that tighten response when in sport or track settings. Drive modes may alter throttle mapping, suspension stiffness, exhaust tuning, and stability control thresholds. Safety tech is not ignored. Expect things like automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, and traction/stability control as standard. On the street and track, reports and early reviews suggest the 2026 Firebird feels alive. In comfort mode it's civilized, the cabin is reasonably quiet, suspension absorbs bumps well, and the steering isn't overly snappy. Flip it into sport or track, and everything tightens, shifts are quicker, throttle is sharper, and exhaust crackles on downshifts. You get that visceral muscle car experience with the benefit of modern finesse. The steering has been praised as sharp and communicative, something many modern high-power cars shy away from. The balance between straight-line brutality and usable cornering dynamics is one of the Firebird's key strengths in this new version. As for pricing and availability, things are a bit speculative at this stage. The limited run and high performance suggest a premium positioning. Early sources hint that base models might start in the $120,000 to $140,000 range, with fully loaded or performance editions climbing closer to $180,000 or more, depending on options, exclusivity, and build numbers. A special Trans AM or AM variant, numbered, with unique trim or badging, could command a price premium beyond that. Production is likely limited. Whispers suggest only a few thousand units over a couple of years. Because of that limited volume, collectors and enthusiasts are expected to snap these up quickly, pushing market values even higher once deliveries begin. In terms of market positioning, this Firebird doesn't aim to compete purely with entry-level sports cars. It's squarely in the halo, muscle car territory. Against rivals like the Mustang Shelby GT500 or Dodge Challenger SRT/Hellcat variants, the 2026 Firebird leans harder on exclusivity, heritage, and a visceral driver focus. In many respects, its strength is the emotional and pedigree connection it evokes, combined with